Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I'm Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Where are we? Come on, you guys know where we are. We are at North Idaho Arms here in beautiful Post Falls, Idaho. Can you smell the freedom there, Gun Law Junior? It's pretty nice. Hey, listen, we're going to talk to you about the Pistol Brace Rule. Why? Well, it's apparently the rule that just won't die, but in many ways, it may turn out to be the last breaths of a very desperate runaway government agency. We're going to talk to you about a story that's brought to us by our good friends over at the Gun Owners of America as well as AmmoLand. It's a story that you need to be aware of. So today, let's spend a few minutes and let's talk about why does the ATF still want to enforce the Pistol Brace Rule? So today we're trying to figure out just how effective is Stopbox, and the best way to test that is to put it to test with some of our nation's youngest and brightest kids, you know, college kids. So with the help of Gun Law Junior there behind the camera, we got some of our local kids who are home for Christmas break. Let's see how they do. Okay, so why don't you give me your first name, your university, and what you're studying in?
Yeah, Herbert, UW, engineering, civil.
Eugene, studying computer science at Cal State Fullerton.
My name's Milton, I'm at WSU and I'm studying mechanical engineering.
Sheldon, UW, quantum physics.
Dude, what's going on here?
You told me to get college kids.
I said college kids. I didn't say engineering majors. I meant like Soc, Psych, Poli-Sci, something like that. What's going on?
Science is what I could get.
You need to hang out with dumber friends. All right, gentlemen, this is how this is going to work today. I have here $500. Okay, and that'll buy you a lot of beer or pizza or whatever the heck it is you guys spend your money on. One of you gets into this box, the money's yours. Have fun.
I don't know, man, we give up.
You guys are giving up, huh?
Yep, sir.
Really? Okay, well, looks like I get to keep the money, but thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you. Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hey, Sheldon, I read that paper you did about variability of measurements in quantum physics.
Oh yeah?
So, man. Stopbox. Protect your family while protecting your family. Okay, America, here's what we're talking about. We're talking about the Pistol Brace Rule. Why? You're going, no, Bill, I thought that was dead. I thought it was dead also. Follow me if you will. As you know, in certain instances, you may be able to submit items to the ATF to get basically an advisory opinion as to the legality of those items. Well, a member of the Gun Owners of America decided to just send in a normal pistol with an attached stabilizing brace to get a determination from the ATF as to whether or not that was legal or not. But guess what the ATF said? That's right, the ATF has determined that that pistol with an attached stabilizing brace actually constitutes a short barrel rifle. Now, per a very terse letter sent to the ATF by Eric Pratt, who, as you know, is the Executive Vice President of Gun Owners of America, he accused the ATF of the following: that the determination, 1, is at odds with the opinions of various courts to have considered the rule, 2, likely in violation of various injunctions against ATF's enforcement of the rule, and 3, in conflict with the statute and even the final rule itself. But I know what many of you are asking is, hey, isn't that rule dead? Wasn't there some cases out there that actually basically said that ATF had far exceeded their authority and had no absolute statutory authority at all to make that rule? Well, yeah, there was. And in fact, we've talked about Mock v. Garland, Frack v. Garland, Brito v. ATF. And there is also the cases of Watterson versus ATF and Cologne v. ATF. And what does every single one of those cases have in common? Every single one of those cases has found unequivocally that the ATF did not have statutory authority to regulate pistols with attached stabilizing braces. They did not have the statutory authority to redefine them as short barrel rifles, and therefore the rule-making order was outside of both constitutional and statutory authority. Many of those rulings also said that there was not a logical outgrowth. And some of you may recall when ATF was first kicking this idea around, their Form 4999, which everyone freaked out about, everyone commented on. And so then when ATF finally published their final pistol brace rule, it had no resemblance whatsoever to the rule that had been proposed, the one that the public had commented on. And therefore, in many of these cases, the rule was thrown out on those grounds as well. So, how is the ATF actually getting away with this, right? Because the rule is dead. Well, the ATF is not necessarily citing to the rule. They're just saying that we now interpret the federal definition of short barrel rifle to encapsulate these types of firearms. But many of you would say, well, isn't that exactly what the rule did? That's exactly what the rule did. And so this is an agency who, although they know their rule is dead on arrival, although they know that they have had multiple courts now throw that rule out on its ass, throw it to the dustbin of history where it belongs, the ATF has taken the position that they nonetheless get to interpret the statute consistent with their rulemaking order, and for that reason they could still find that any pistol with an attached stabilizing brace constitutes an SBR. Now, Eric Pratt, again, Senior Vice President over at Gun Owners of America, has sent a scathing letter to the ATF. We're going to link it up down below. Good on you, Eric. Nice work. But this is what I want you to think about, America, because we're having this debate right now about whether or not we should just scrap the ATF altogether, or would a more refined and fine-tuned ATF be more advantageous to the advancement of Second Amendment rights. But then again, every time we're having this conversation, we get stories like this gentleman right here that we already did a video on. And now we get a story about an agency that, even though their rulemaking order has been slammed down their throat multiple times, they continue to perpetuate this ridiculous interpretation of the statute. Ultimately, we cannot get to January 20th soon enough where some of this insanity can stop. The ATF can go back into the garage where it belongs, but in the long run, one of the last dying breaths of a renegade agency, their Waterloo, the hill that they may actually choose to die on, will ultimately be their pistol brace rule. Okay, America, listen, we relied on several things to make this story. We're going to link them all up down below so that you guys can geek out on them for yourself. Maybe you got some questions about this or anything else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights. If you guys do, you should know how to get a hold of Washington gun law by now. But if you don't, that's okay. That information's down there in the description box. If you got an idea for a video we should be doing around here, cool. Tell us all about it by clicking on that link right there and letting us know. If you want to subscribe to our monthly newsletter, the ability to do all of that is right down there in the description box. And then finally, and most importantly, let's remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. From beautiful North Idaho Arms here in Post Falls, Idaho, thanks for watching. Stay safe.